General Motors is currently grappling with a severe crisis in its EV sector. In a surprising turn of events, CEO Mary Barra has halted EV production, casting aside the company's electric ambitions. This abrupt pivot away from EVs has sent ripples of uncertainty throughout the automotive industry. The underlying cause is startling: a stark lack of consumer interest. With approximately 92,000 electric cars languishing unsold on dealership lots, GM faces the grim reality of taking losses on these vehicles. Mary Barra's response has been to steer GM back towards producing what she believes consumers truly desire: cost-effective traditional combustion engine vehicles. This raises pressing questions. Has GM completely forsaken the electric vehicle market? What does this mean for the future of EVs, especially when Ford is also scaling back its electric initiatives? Amidst a backdrop of waning enthusiasm for electric cars in the United States, GM has made the startling decision to postpone the production of the much-anticipated all-electric Silverado trucks at their Orion plant in Michigan until 2025. This delay is emblematic of a broader industry trend: a cooling of the once fervent EV market. Contrary to projections, electric vehicles are not meeting the practical and economic needs of the average consumer, resulting in a precipitous 20% decline in US EV sales in the first half of the year alone. The market's response has left dealerships with an overwhelming inventory of EVs, up 342% from the previous year, as reported by Cox Automotive. This inventory glut suggests a disconnect between the electric vehicle offerings and the affordability demands of middle-class buyers, despite the allure of governmental incentives. General Motors has released an official communiqué confirming the postponement of the transformation of its Orion assembly facility for electric truck manufacturing to the latter part of 2025. The company cites strategic financial management and the alignment with the fluctuating demand for electric vehicles as the rationale behind this rescheduling. This trend of diminishing interest in electric vehicles and the imperative of profit optimization is not isolated to GM alone. Industry titans such as Ford and Tesla are also adjusting their electric vehicle strategies in the face of changing market dynamics. Tesla has notably reduced the prices of its various models significantly, a move reflecting the broader industry concerns over reduced consumer spending. Similarly, Ford has implemented price reductions while contending with a forecasted $4.5 billion loss in its EV sector for the current fiscal year, amounting to a substantial $32,000 loss on each electric vehicle sold. The financial landscape is further complicated by General Motors incurring a $13 million penalty due to the production of vehicles with quality defects. This development echoes across the industry, with Ford's CEO Jim Farley acknowledging a decrease in what consumers are willing to spend, and CFO John Lawler commenting on the slower-than-expected growth trajectory for electric vehicles. This summer witnessed a nearly 20% decline in the average sale price of a new EV, despite increasing purchase incentives, which have nearly reached $44,000. Amidst these challenges, CEO Mary Barra is steering GM through turbulent times, facing criticism for her focus on high-priced electric vehicles, a strategy that some perceive as prioritizing personal gain over company and consumer interests. This is compounded by GM's reluctance to provide fair compensation to its workforce amidst Barra's substantial earnings. The situation has been aggravated by GM's alleged sale of substandard trucks and SUVs, leading to a substantial $13 million fine for quality issues. As a result, GM's financial losses are projected to approach the $1 billion threshold for 2023, spotlighting the need for a recalibrated approach to their vehicle lineup and market strategy. General Motors, a pioneer among established automakers in the shift to EVs, has recently revised its production goals, stepping back from its initial target of rolling out 400,000 EVs between 2022 and mid-2024. This re-evaluation comes despite CEO Mary Barra's previous confirmation of the target in July. Contributing to this recalibration were the extensive United Auto Worker strikes, which have significantly impacted GM financially, leading to an $800 million loss with ongoing costs of $200 million weekly. Consequently, GM had to reassess its production forecasts. Despite these setbacks, GM hasn't forsaken its commitment to electrification. CFO Paul Jacobson emphasized the company's sustained dedication to achieving a milestone of 1 million EVs by 2025. Barra, in her third quarter communication to shareholders, outlined a moderated approach to scaling up EV production, aiming to align more closely with market demand and enhance production efficiency. The readjustment isn't just a shift in production numbers. Anticipated launches for key EV models like the Chevy Equinox EV, Chevy Silverado EV RST, and GMC Sierra EV are now expected to experience brief delays. Additionally, GM has rethought its strategy for the Chevy Bolt EV, opting for a redesign with more economical lithium-ion batteries and abandoning a significant $5 billion investment plan for a range of new entry-level EVs. These changes come in the wake of a 7.3% dip in net income and a 17.7% decrease in adjusted earnings for the third quarter, as reported by Jacobson. A notable aspect of GM's revised strategy is its ongoing struggle to ramp up production at its Detroit facility, known as Factory Zero. The delivery of only 18 Silverado EVs in the third quarter stands in stark contrast to the company's ambitions. The postponement of increased production to late 2025 is attributed not to supply chain issues or labor disputes, but to the necessity for engineering advancements and evolving market demands. In a strategic pivot that might seem counterintuitive given the global trend toward EV adoption, GM has also chosen to invest significantly in its internal combustion vehicles, particularly its range of heavy-duty pickups. The company is channeling over $1 billion into the enhancement of two Flint, Michigan factories, bolstering its dominance in the full-size truck market. This move recognizes the current profitability of IC vehicles, which saw a 38% surge in sales in 2022, and will help finance GM's longer-term transition to a fully electric fleet by 2035. Market analysts and industry suppliers have forecasted that General Motors could sustain the production of its highly profitable IC trucks and SUVs for an additional decade or more. This strategic continuation could generate an influx of tens of billions in profits, fortifying GM's financial capacity for its eventual and complete transition to EVs by the target year of 2035. The financial performance of GM's IC fleet is significant, with benchmark analyst Michael Ward highlighting an impressive average per vehicle earning before interest and taxes at $1,678. These figures suggest that GM's annual pre-tax profits from its combustion engine trucks and SUVs could reach a robust $7.5 billion. The Arlington plant, in particular, known for producing GM's full-size combustion SUVs, is celebrated as one of the most lucrative automotive plants globally. GM's CFO, Paul Jacobson, has accentuated the dual focus of the company's current strategy. While GM is earnestly paving the way toward electrification, it continues to capitalize on the strong market performance of IC models like the Chevy Silverado and Cadillac Escalade, whose profitability currently surpasses that of GM's emerging EV lineup. This strategic approach underscores a potential misalignment in the company's EV ambitions with market realities and readiness. The unfolding situation presents a mosaic of strategic confusion, missed chances, and potential brand dilution. In a landscape where perception significantly influences success, GM's missteps could have enduring repercussions on its market standing. Competitors might leverage this juncture to depict GM as an industry behemoth that has veered off course. Should GM persist in misreading market signals, the prospect of a decline under Mary Barra's leadership becomes conceivable. Addressing Mary Barra and her counterparts at the helm of the automotive industry, it's a critical juncture to heed the growing discontent of the middle class. The imperative is clear. It's time for equitable distribution and strategic foresight to avert potential upheaval. GM, currently at a crossroads, faces a stark reality. If the discontent among its employees and the customer base escalates, it could precipitate a crisis far more severe than any it presently confronts, potentially jeopardizing the very foundations of the company. The question of allegiance in the ongoing struggle between the interests of the middle class and the automotive elite is not just rhetorical. It's a significant determinant of the future trajectory of this industry titan. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.